How's it going, guys, and welcome to this live showdown between the Tomb Kings and the High Elves. In this match, I think we're going to go with Arkin the Blackfriar Lord. I definitely think he's one of the more powerful options in general, but especially against the High Elves, because of how good Fated Buna is against Dragon Princes and Phoenix Guard and all that kind of good stuff. So we're going to get the Spirit Leech and the Fated Buna for abilities. We want the Tomb Blade of Arkin. We use fire damage, which isn't a big deal, but it also heals and can resurrect and all kinds of good stuff. And it doesn't just heal, undead, like Lord of Nehekar. It actually heals constructs too, which is pretty neat. So we're going to go back to the, well, I wouldn't say old school, it's just a couple days ago, but we're going to go back to the good times and get the double Iroh Titan. We're just going full Jaeger versus Kaiju right now, so maybe he'll bring some dragons and we can have like an actual Jaeger versus Kaiju battle. We'll get one Necrotech, it just gives us some extra healing, and do we want to put him on a chariot? Let's actually try putting him on a chariot. And for abilities, all these are pretty good, but yeah, if we need to cut something, we can. So our front line is obviously going to be pretty low tier. The Ushabti Great Bows we need against Star Dragon, so he doesn't like fly around and just troll us with breath attacks and things like that. So we're going to go 2 of the Ushabti Great Bows. Front line's going to be really bad. It's going to be terrible. It's going to be 3 Skeleton Warriors against the might of the High Elves here. So let's see, what else do we want to get? I mean, we could get some spears to protect the flanks. That's probably going to be a pretty good idea just to make sure he doesn't get too crunk. So let's get some Skeleton Spears, and then Carrion are okay in this matchup. I really want to get like a Tomb Scorpion, so let's actually cut those guys, and let's grab a Tomb Scorpion and just go full hog wild here. So it's a very construct heavy build. I don't know how well it's going to work, but we're just having some fun. So we got the Jaegers. Hopefully he'll bring some Kaijus for us to fight. We do have the Spirit Leeches. We have the Shem's Burning Gaze, which is pretty terrible on paper, but it looks really cool when he shoots it, for sure. Like, usually it'll just pick off like one knight, or it'll kill like one cav unit or something, just like a single model out of a Dragon Prince group. But Tomb Scorpion, I just felt like, hey, let's get a little more frontline punch. And Tomb Scorpions are very powerful because of their attack animation. So like, they can be completely surrounded by something, and then they'll like do their underground attack, and it like freeze them. They're so hard to lock down. It's really tough. But this is also trying to capitalize on one of the weaknesses of the High Elves, in that they don't have armor-piercing missiles. So if they want to like come fight our Jaegers here, they're gonna have to just go to Pound Town. It's gonna be tough for them. Something that could be pretty strong, obviously, your Phoenix Guard, but I'm hoping the Fated Buna can really kind of compensate for that. And we have the Covenant, or the Spirit Conduit from the Iroh Titan. So this gives you like a ton of Winds of Magic. It's pretty insane. Like, you can cast like 4 or 5 Fated Bunas over the course of a battle. So, all right, so let's do that. Let's get these guys right here. So having, not having too much backline protection with the spears is a little bit scary. We just have this one group, but honestly, like, Dragon Princes will do well against Ushabti Great Bows, but hopefully, our Iroh Titans and other things can take the pressure off them. So let's get our big bad Titans up here, just nice and spooky and scary. Definitely one of the coolest units in the game, just in terms of like a design standpoint, how ridiculous they are. Oh man, they're so cool looking. So let's get our tech right here, our Necrotech. So he can ride around on his chariot if he needs to help out the boys. We'll get the Scorpion over here on this side, and then Arkin can be in group 2, just lurking up in the forest here. And I think he's good to party. So let's give our opponent a moment here. We'll give him another 10 or 15 seconds, and we'll get the show on the road. But yeah, I really like using the Titans. When I first tested them out in pre-release and everything, they seemed lackluster because also we were testing them in a very contained environment. So it was just testing versus like other monstrous units, but that's not really where they shine. Now, granted, they don't do badly, especially with Spirit Leech, but the Winds of Magic they give you is huge, and that was something I didn't really actually take account of when I was initially playing in the pre-release. So let's get the show on the road. He might be waiting for me too. So Arkin's ready on his chariot. Definitely a very fun lord to use. Fun and competitive, which is cool. Fated Buna is just so insanely strong, especially with the Covenant. We get a pretty good. It doesn't like augment your Winds of Magic, but this bar that you guys see over here on the right hand side is like your reserve, so it keeps that from running out, and you don't get depleted as quickly. So in these very like long atrocious games, it can definitely be pretty powerful. So let's actually put these guys in group 3 and just kind of micro them up separately. So all right, so the High Elves are ready to party. It looks like they're expecting something in the forest here. I don't know if they're going to be scurrying over into the forest or what's going on here, but let's go ahead and get our bows on the high ground. As Obi-Wan Kenobi taught us, the high ground is always a good thing. He does have Swordmasters of Hoth, who are just going to get pounded on by the Jaegers. It's going to just be Pound Town. So we're going to go. Pretty slow army right here. Obviously, these guys have 32 speed, so not a whole lot we can do. And I'm not going to use any Winds of Magic till we get full. We're 1 per 4 right now, so it actually did increase our Winds of Magic charging too. I don't know if the Casket of Souls does both, but the Titan does both. It increases your charging and just all kinds of stuff. So I don't know if he's trying to bait me out there with his Lord or what's going on, but we could probably start shooting right now. So yeah, screw it. Let's start shooting. We'll kind of square up on this hill right here. It's a little bit awkward, but it's going to be awkward for both of us. So that's what she said. So yeah, we're getting those bow shots. We're also going to put these spears in group 4, just kind of keep them back there separately and just kind of wait for a moment. Yeah, let's just wait here. And oh yeah, it's time. You guys ready for the glory? I know this might not be the best target, but it's going to be really fun. So we're going to use the Shem's Burning Gaze here, and yeah, let's just use it in these spearmen. See what happens. Come on, do it. Do it. Oh no, he's out of range, I think, but he's taking quite a bit of spray damage here. So, oh, there comes the trap. The Illyrian Reavers cometh from the forest. So we're just going to go ahead and secure the high ground right here. And it looks like there are some archers kind of shooting at us. Let's get these great bows kind of repositioned over here. And the spears can go over there as well. So now we're about full on Winds of Magic. So we can just run in with Arkin. I mean, Lothar and Seaguard aren't going to do a whole lot. Their AP is really bad. Are there any Dragon Princes? So just a bunch of Illyrian Reavers. So they will be okay for tying us up. So I just want to kind of see what's going on over here in the forest. And we can let him shoot those guys and then just use the Restore from our Necrotech to heal them up, which is going to be pretty powerful. So let's get Arkin in there, have him do his thing. These guys are going to be lined up. And this is a big mistake people make against Lord of Death, in my opinion, is that they kind of, let's actually, before we explain that to you guys, let's make sure everything's covered, is that they kind of like will hide in the trees and think that's going to be safe. But honestly, it's like usually, in my opinion, pretty prudent to just get in there and fight. Like, because he's going to take a bunch of Fate Bunas here. Arkin will take very little damage. I mean, he'll get poked by some of these, but he has 90 armor. So there's one Fate Buna. That's going to do very, very heavy damage against the Swordmasters. Spears in the back are here, and even with the trees, I can still shoot in there and get some pretty good value. So let's shoot here and shoot here. Although we should probably just shoot the Swordmasters, I would imagine. And we're just going to kind of keep using Arkin as a scout here, just poking ahead. I probably should have brought one group of Carrion. I really like them for kind of scouting purposes and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, Arkin, we can just waste his ammunition right now. We're just going to side strafe in front of his army and just, cackle like an evil necromancer he is. And, I mean, he's being obstructed by the trees too. So there is that. So our main army, let's go ahead and move it up a little bit, see if we can get some vision. We can kind of just sit on the edge of the forest right here, which should be fine. I would actually rather he shoot my big, scary Iro Titan. So, and see how fast that Winds of Magic is? We're still at 1 per 6, which is where you typically start, right? So it's gonna be pretty good. So we'll get this guy kind of going in here, and it looks like he is gonna be marching out to meet us. So let's go ahead and get these guys going here, these guys here. We'll get this Titan going on those guys, these guys here, and good. So everything's going to go to code for the most part. Our big boys, let's get them shooting at the Swordmasters, and we can also get ready for another Fate Buna. Let's go ahead and do this. Get the spears right behind those guys, and we want to make sure they're not in skirmish mode, so they're not. Okay, so we're good. So our chariot, we can go ahead and slam this in here, and yeah, everything's going to code. You can see the spooky lasers are going off here. We can give the physical resist to this big blob over here. And the Spirit Leech, we can start working on that Noble. Great. So yeah, everything's going pretty well, I would say. Our Titan is going to take like minimal damage here, and hopefully they can take these guys to town. Arkin taking a little bit of work, but he does have the Tomb Blade with which he can heal. Okay, so the Reavers are coming in here. They're obviously going to do some work against our guys. So, oh man, just look how hard those Swordmasters both are just taking it from these Titans right here. So we're just taking these guys to town right now. Let's get these skeleton spears kind of charging over there. Looks like we just barely dodged that Vortex ability. He is going to be coming in with the Reavers. Actually did some pretty good damage. Damn, all right. So let's get in here. Oh, our Necrotech, we got super sloppy with that. So big misplay right there. Let's go ahead and use the heal in the back. And we'll use the Tomb Blade of Arkin to try and stabilize him, save him a little bit. He might be able to get back. Come on, get out of there, buddy. You can do it. So the spears are just, obviously doing the best. We'll just put those guys in melee and have them fight. And it looks like we do get our Necrotech back, which is good. Let's kind of run him over to this part of the battlefield. And it looks like our Titan is doing its thing. So we'll drop another Spirit Leech on top of that Noble. And Arkin, probably save up for another Fate Buna style effect. I think that'd be pretty good. So the Necrotech, we can just have him go and fight with his boy over there. They're definitely going to have a good time. Those Reavers are doing surprisingly well. Tomb Scorpion a little bit surrounded, so we want to pull him back. Let's see if we can reform ranks. And how's Arkin doing? Okay, he's doing pretty good. But we don't want him in sustained combat, obviously. You can see this Titan here is just doing some work. Yeah, let's go ahead and use the Shem's Burning Gaze on those guys and see how it does. We're going to pull Arkin up and around. Let's get this chariot back as well and see if we can, man, these Illyrian Reavers are doing really surprisingly well in that back line against those spears. Let's pull these guys back. We'll get the Tomb Scorpion continuing to work on those guys. We'll get this chariot slamming into those. And Arkin, where are you at, bro? Let's get that sweet Fate Buna on those Swordmasters. But aside from that, it's going pretty well. This Titan, we obviously don't want him fighting these guys, so let's actually see if we can path him through over here. This Titan, we can pull him into the main blob and have him go after this guy. And how are we doing on the Ushapti Great Bow? So the Ushapti Great Bows, let's kind of keep pulling them back, trying to get him away from this pressure in the back line, which has been really good for my opponent. We'll use the physical resist in the back as well. And our Titan is kind of marching forward. Obviously, he doesn't want to be wasting too much time there. And let's go ahead and use that buff ability. Great. So the Great Bows, we can just have him fight here. Let's get Arkin in there. He should be able to help break those. Now we're going to get the Titan right into the mix there. So very close battle so far. Balance of power is starting to come in our favor right now. Man, that Shem's Burning Gaze did a ton of damage. So I suppose that's how you want to use it. So let's use it again on one of these lords right here. So let's probably get the Hoeth dude and get rid of his magic. The Great Bows in the high ground are able to get secure. The Jaegers are fighting the Kaijus. Well, there's no Kaijus, but Ushapti summon. Let's go ahead and drop that. Where do we want to drop that? I mean, not too many threats right here, but yeah, I mean, we could just do it back here on like that big blob of stuff. They should pay for themselves there. So Great Bows are back online, so let's get them kind of shooting at these Illyrian Reavers, and we'll get the other group shooting into this big old blob over here. Yeah, we can do that. So Let's get the Jaeger going this way. We'll also get these guys fighting here. Arkin the Black's in good shape. He's having a good time. But looks like our Skeleton Spears are taking a little bit of a charge. Our Tomb Scorpion's still fighting the good fight. And our Titan, we might as well just have him fight those spears. He's not going to get away. We don't have the Restore, so I was a little bit sloppy with my Necrotech to this game. But man, getting these guys right back here is going to be nice. But let's actually pull them back and see if we can engage on that very beat-up group here. Arkin, losing Arkin can be one of the ways in which this game could go south. So let's actually Spirit Leech right here. Let's get the Tomb Scorpion kind of fighting these Grapos. Let's position them here. And really good play with the Illyrian Reavers from my opponent. He's been like all over me with those. But I feel like a lot of these troops aren't going to be able to hold in the long run. So let's go ahead and let's see if we can pop this Noble. His anti-large AP is obviously going to be pretty menacing here. And can we do this on the Noble as well? We do a little bit of 2-for-1 action. We'll go ahead and re-engage on those archers. Balance of power is still pretty even, but we really need to clean up this back line. His Illyrian Reavers have just been a terror in the night for my Ushapti Grapos. All right, so the Scorpion's doing its thing. Titans are in okay shape, but for some reason, every time I cast that, I guess they're out of range. I think it just has really short range is what it is. So we do fend off one of those groups, which is good. We have some Ushapti coming into the back of these guys. Hopefully they can polish them off. This Tomb Scorpion is obviously not long for this world, so let's kite them into oblivion, hopefully. And come on, secure the back line. That's all we need. So let's just, yeah, I guess we just keep fighting. No sense in running right now. So these guys are shaken, but yeah, man, those Illyrian Reavers definitely very, very durable. So we'll kind of, try and work on the Noble there. This other Titan is doing a pretty good job just, fighting at Spearman, obviously, but it's kind of hard to get him out there because he's so darn slow. But Bounce of Power is in our favor a little bit. One thing we have going for us are the Ushapti bows are in really good shape here. So let's shoot right into those Nobles right there. And Arkin the Black can come and help with these infantry. And let's pop this physical resist, which is going to help both of these Jaegers keep fighting. We'll have him turn and fight. The Chariot's going to come in here. It looks like he did brace for that, but we still get a nice little side charge and get some good damage with the Chariot. And this guy, man, he laid a smacking on that Noble right there, so definitely solid. Very, very well played. This is a tight game, and he's coming back here with these Cav. He's been really on top of that, so let's keep that Archer shooting at the Noble. He's pretty much offline, so we can start shooting at, we'll start shooting at these guys. We'll get the Titan who's busy zapping them with his lasers, fighting on these Spearmen. And Arkin, we need to get him back in action. So we still have One's Magic, 1 per 41. So, I mean, if this did go, a long, long time, we might be able to get another Spirit Leech even. It's hard to say, but, oh man, I hate when that happens. When you, have them tell them to shoot something, but they decide to charge it instead. It's such a troll mechanic. It happens all with, Empire handgunners and stuff like that, so... Cool, so we get in there. Let's go finish off these archers in the back. I mean, at this point in the battle, when it's this close, you need to finish off those type of tools. And this Titan's doing a pretty good job stomping the yard. But yeah, I think it's really going to come down to our Grapos really, paying their dues here. So let's turn and shoot here. We get these guys going out here. And the Titans, 110 armor. Yeah, and I lost the missile resist to the Necrotech. I think having them on foot's a little bit better. The Chariot is kind of like something you want to be running around with and not like sitting and shooting. But we'll see if Arkin can finish those guys off. We do have the Ushapti Grapos who are just spraying into this blob here, and these guys keep getting caught. Oh man, I was a little bit sloppy. Let's actually put them in skirmish mode and see if that can help out. And yeah, cool. So we do have the Tomb Blade of Arkin. So if we could actually get this Jaeger over to his other buddy and get a double trouble heal, that could be insanely powerful. So we're gonna kite back, start shooting into these Spearmen right here. Let's get Arkin into this blob as well. We don't have too many tricks up our sleeve though. This is a very close battle. So very, very well played to my opponent here. So let's keep shooting into these guys and kiting and fighting if we have to. We'll just kind of clean up those dudes and let Arkin and his bros, finish this off here. But I don't think we're going to get that, those troops side by side. So I think we just need to use that heal right now. And he's about to run out of healing. Not healing, but ammunition on his other guys. And he could chase these Ushapti Grapos all he wants. But we're going to get some pretty good crossfire on those guys as they run away. Looks like he does switch to Arkin and just need to finish off this. These High Elves are just so resilient right now. They're not going quietly into the good night. So let's get that Chariot. Just do some evil laughter as we run in there. And there we go. That's going to be the straw that broke the camel's back, that Chariot coming in. And yeah, we're able to get some pretty good shots onto these guys here. These guys can just kind of turn and kite and fight. In the meantime, we'll just chase off the rest of these units. And it looks like our dude's going to be in good shape. So I definitely think he maybe should have kept his army a little bit tighter. Although it looks like he's going to be using... I wonder how that does against these type of units. Yeah, not very good. So we'll just pull these guys up and around and take them off skirmish mode and reunite them with my main army here. And then we can come in and do it to it. So these guys are basically out of ammo. So I guess we could turn and fight over there. We have a Shem's Burning Gaze, which will be pretty good against Tyrion as well. But yeah, we're gonna run up and just unify our forces here. So I guess the Titan build can work. The Illyrian Reaver play from my opponent was really solid. He was just going crazy with that in the back line, just having his way with my backline troops here. So let's get these guys charging into the Spearmen. Arkin on his Chariot is so good. I mean, 127 kills is so powerful. So you can use him to knock over these guys and then buy time for your archers and just other troops like that. So let's get these guys coming in here. And we'll engage as soon as we can. We'll try and isolate these guys. And, maybe this guy just goes over here and just finishes those guys off. And we just have these two groups, work on Tyrion and company. I think that might be okay. So we'll have these guys fight. We won't kite too much here, even though we've already been doing a ton of it. We're going to get this guy marching in to finish these guys off. And, you know, if Arkin and the boys have trouble with this, I mean, the Ushopti should be able to surround Tyrion and do some pretty good damage. We might even get one more Spirit Leech. No, it's 8. It's 8, so we're definitely not going to get that. So, all right, so let's charge in here, start working on Tyrion a little bit. And, yeah, that's going to be pretty good. Tyrion will finish off these Ushopti. The other group is going to give him some problems, though, for sure. Let's get Arkin. Make sure we finish off this big horde here. He is out of ammunition, and you can see our Jaeger is doing a really good job. Up to like 94 kills. So, yeah, things are going pretty well in this engagement right here. We're just shooting lasers out of our eyes at some of these guys. We're going to charge up the hill and just polish off Tyrion here. And let's do it to it. You guys might hear my brother singing. I hear him coming. The gate is opened. So we're going to charge into Tyrion. Hopefully be able to finish him off. We do have the Shem's Burning Gaze as well. So we're just going to go ahead and get ready to use that ability. We can let Arkin fight. And we're out of ammo here, so we might as well fight here. But, I mean, Tyrion, we need our Jaeger here. We can't afford to, like... Yeah, you can see a couple attacks there from Tyrion are able to do some massive, massive work. So, and I think he's on foot too, which is pretty cool. So yeah, 79 melee attacks, pretty bonkers. So here comes the Burning Gaze. Oh, I don't know how that did, but all right. So let's let our big Titan get over there and just fight him, and we'll let the Chosen of the Gods fight him as well. Let's actually run them over here with our Titan, and we'll just use Arkin to chase off the last of these troops. You know, in a very close battle, if Tyrion were able to get a few good attacks on our Lord, or maybe even drag down our Titan, like these spearmen could make the difference. So. You definitely want to polish those guys off. Arkin getting in there, getting a good little charge, and we'll get him running through those guys. And now we can have these guys all engaged together. So now that they have the support, Tyrion has such good stats. He can really, really do a ton of lifting. All right, so we're going to pull back right here. You can see these spearmen are at 27 models right now. So let's go ahead and turn around and fight those guys. And now we have, the giant monster battle going on. So these guys are all almost routed off. They're still fighting that good fight. He does get some spearmen back, which is a little bit scary. And how's our big guy doing? He's doing pretty good. So let's get in there and take him out. What a close fight. I mean, the bounce power is really heavily in my favor because of the big Titan, but it's still a really close fight. And I think he's going to get hit with army losses. Yeah, let's get in there. All right, let's take the Jaeger Kaiju battle. Too bad he didn't break any big monsters. That's always the thing I really hope for, just to see the Iroh Titan like fight some sort of a dragon or something. It's incredibly cool. So all of his forces are pretty much shattering at this point. The Titan is taking a bit of a beating from him, actually. So we're going to have to probably come around and rear charge him a little bit. You can see the lasers are shooting Tyrion, which is always pretty good. So he's only at 1400 HP. We have one Chosen of the Gods still fighting, and man, this is scary. All right, so we get a rear charge there. I need to just break his leadership. So we're just gonna let Arkin sit and fight for a couple seconds, hopefully be able to drag him down. And man, this could actually go bad. Like, I feel like this might turn around on us. Come on, get in there, get him. Yeah, so the Titan's at 1300 HP. He's in pretty good shape. We'll just let Arkin ride around on his chariot and do his thing and get the Titan in there. Come on, buddy. What are you doing? Just standing there? You got to fight. We're probably going to get another Spirit Leech, to be honest. Like, I didn't think that was possible. So let's charge downhill here and make sure these guys get chased off. We don't want any of that. He's just like, get out of here. Leave my big Jaeger alone. So looks like he's going to get hit with army losses. But what a close fight. GG, man. That was a great battle. So quite a bit of fun. Very well played to my opponent there. So, I mean, I don't think it's the most competitive build against the High Elves. It definitely isn't, but it can be made to work, and it's one of the matchups in which the Titan build can work because they don't have armor-piercing missiles, so they really have to work pretty hard to bring down the Titans. I mean, there's dragons, there's phoenixes, there's the noble is a good choice for sure. I mean, he was able to do some good work against my Tomb Scorpion and other stuff. So, but yeah, very well played to my opponent, Merarkes. Look forward to running into you again on ladder, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this live showdown with the followers. I guess it's the Tomb Kings, but man, it was kind of like a followers of Nagash army. But again, very well played to my opponent. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and have an excellent night, and take care.